Welcome to a quick video on how to complete the Cloudia application form for a DeiC project, or at least a UCloud project with DeiC Interactive HPC resources. This video will focus only on completing this application form for Transcriber resources, as there's a separate Transcriber part of the form which makes it quicker and easier to complete. If you'd like to find this formula or this form, you just need to search for researcher.aau.dk on Google or wherever you search. Browse to the researcher.aau.dk website, and using the drop-down boxes or drop-down menus at the top of the screen, select Guides, Research Data and Software, High Performance Computing, and Access to HPC. From there you can scroll down to the quick links to application forms, where the UCloud project link is the first one. We'll click that and open up a project request form. This project request form has been pre-filled for the purpose of making the video a bit quicker, so I'll just scroll through what I've entered into this. You first need to approve that you have read and understand and accept the responsibilities of the terms and conditions on the UCloud platform and the principal investigator on a project on the UCloud platform. Next, just fill out your name. I've put mine in, Robert Smith, my email address here at IT Services, and I've provided just a generic title for this project. You need to be aware that whatever the title is that you provide here also needs to be the one that you provide online, at least on the UCloud platform. So please pick a title here that you'd like to continue using in your project on the platform. The project type in this case is a new project, and when we ask what type of project, what we mean is this an existing project on the UCloud platform? Not, is this a new research project for yourself? Because what we're really interested in is whether or not you need to create a new project on the UCloud platform. If you had an existing project where you wanted to increase the level of resources you have, or you've run out of resources, at this point you would choose an existing project and provide the identical title for your project that you already have up here in the title field. You can provide a description. It's important that you provide a detailed description of what your research is about and not just the motivation for using the compute resources. We need to be able to motivate your research to the DeiC Interactive HPC Consortium when they ask us why we allocated researchers or resources to your project. So it's more about what you're doing and in a lesser sense what it is that you need the specific compute for. In this case, just saying that you need these resources to transcribe interviews is enough on the motivation side. So for the most part, it's just basically an abstract you need to provide. Then for illustration purposes, I need to indicate what level of data sensitivity I have, and you can read the data classifications descriptions from our security team here in the IT Services department. I need to pick a start date and an end date for the project, and I've just picked both of those on today. The next category is identifying what kind of a project it is. Is it for staff, in which case it would be researchers, teachers, or administrative personnel, or is it a student project? If you're a student and you're applying, you need to select the student research projects, and you will be later asked to identify who your supervisor is, who will then receive an MS Teams notification that they need to approve. Or they can answer or click the approval option in the email they receive at the same time. The next question identifies whether or not the project is a transcriber project or not. If it is a transcriber project, then you select yes. You can also run transcription projects on UCloud by selecting no here. You will just then be presented with a more complex application form where you get to select the specific types of compute resources that you end up using. We default to the fastest and most secure, and we recommend just using the yes option here. If you do that, you'll be asked to indicate how many hours of audio you have and the space required to store them. Please note that you have to provide this in whole gigabytes. So if you have less than a gigabyte, we ask you to just ask for a gig, or if it's close to a gigabyte worth of data, ask for 2 gigabytes. Otherwise, try to work out 20% on top of whatever it is that you need to store, and then add that into the total number of whole gigs of storage. After providing that, you need to provide the project members' names and email addresses and indicate whether there are other project members. You can say no at this point if you're the only person, and you'll be asked whether or not you need external collaborators to be added. A very important point is you can't ask to include external collaborators here. This is only to inform Claudia that you have already had this authorized at the Department of Grants and Contracts, or Contracten. I'm going to say no because it's just me, and submit. When I do that, it'll trigger an automation flow, and once that is completed, there'll be an email that you receive back.